Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, before we get into the video, big shout out, as always, goes to the pound for pound kings of boxing apparel, Fighting Mad. Whether you're at the gym, at the fight, or just chilling at the house, visit Fighting Mad for the best way to support your favorite fighters. They got hoodies, sweatshirts, and t-shirts featuring fighters like Errol Spence, as you can see here on the screen. Got this Errol Spence USA t-shirt. I got one myself. It's pretty damn nice, if I might add. Got it in all kinds of colors: navy, gray, pink, blue, white, everything you want, it's there. So if you're looking for some last minute Errol Spence gear before the big fight this weekend, go to Fighting Mad and help True School Sports continue content creation here on this channel. Now let's talk about the fight. We got my dad here.
What are you guys doing? Back to talking boxing. Big fight coming up this weekend. Errol Spence Jr. versus Shawn Showtime Porter.
Shawn Showtime Porter. Unification fight. Welterweight division.
Big fight.
IBF champion Errol Spence taking on the WBC champion Shawn Porter. Before we get into just breaking down the fight, what are your initial thoughts on the matchup?
Well, I think Errol Spence has his game plan on what he wants to do and how he wants to get to each top dog. And I guess he wants to start with, I'm going to call it a tune-up with Shawn Porter. I mean, there's better high-quality fighters than Shawn Porter in that division. So I think to him, he's already got to listen his game plan on who he wants to fight in, and his ultimate goal is to unify that fight. On the other side of the token, Showtime, Shawn Porter has had a lot of opportunities. He's got a belt now, and he's motivated and he's ready to take this challenge on with Errol Spence being supposedly the top dog in that division. I don't know if a lot of people agree with that or not.
A lot of people do agree with that.
But I think it's going to be a true test for both fighters, more or less. I think Errol Spence, to me, he was an Olympian. He's had a lot of amateur fights, and people haven't seen the best of him yet. But he's going in with a very active fighter. To me, active as far as moving around the ring, constantly moving,
high work rate, lots of punches.
I don't know, is that going to play favor to Shawn Porter or to his liking? Because I think he's got more power than Shawn Porter, Errol Spence, and I think he's going to ultimately he'll probably dominate that fight and take over in the final rounds.
Okay, did you just call Shawn Porter a tune-up?
What I meant, I'm not going to say a tune-up. I said
Shawn Porter no damn tune-up for nobody.
No, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. What I'm saying is, as far as all the top heavyweights, welterweights in that division, Shawn Porter's up there, but I don't think he's a high echelon besides.
So, you think it's fair to say, of the four champions, you have Terrence Crawford, Earl Manny Pacquiao. You believe Shawn Porter is the weakest of the four champions?
Yes.
I think he's the weakest.
That's what I meant to say.
Okay, I mean, I ain't mad at that. I would agree. I would agree myself because I don't think Shawn Porter is on the level of Pacquiao or Crawford. Spence is a different story, though.
Right.
Because I'm gonna tell you why Spence is a different story.
Right.
I'm not sure. Everybody's going on and on saying that Errol Spence is gonna walk through Shawn Porter, and they're treating Shawn Porter like chopped liver. And I think it's very stupid of people to underestimate Shawn Porter. Now, I mean, I've seen a good amount of fights, and I've had a chance to be around many build-ups in boxing. And when I look at this fight, when I look at just the feeling I get, forget the style, just the feeling I get when I think about this fight, I think Shawn Porter's kind of taking it as like a legacy fight, like a fight he cannot lose. Right. It's not a matter if he doesn't want, he cannot lose. He's already lost in that fight. He lost against Kell Brook. He lost against Keith Thurman. Right. I thought he should have won, but he lost against Keith Thurman. So he really wants this fight, and it's his first fight in LA in the Staples Center. It's a big, I believe it's the first unification title fight in LA. Period. So it's a big fight.
Well, I think on Shawn Porter's side, I'm going to say this. He's looking at this as a big opportunity since everybody is picking Errol Spence to be he's a number one top dog in the welterweight division. For him even for Errol Spence to even pick him over the other challengers, I mean the other competitors that are a lot better, it's a big stepping stone for him, and he knows it's a big opportunity for show.
Yeah, I mean Spence was on record. Remember when he got into the face-to-face conversation with Crawford last year,
right?
And he was saying, "Why would I fight you first when I can fight the easier road to fight?" So he's looking at Shawn Porter as the easier road. And if we just look at the styles of both fighters, they're similar in some ways. Like they both love to come forward. Right. They both love to exchange on the inside. I would say Errol Spence is probably the sharper of the two punches on the inside, because a lot of times Shawn Porter will get inside and he smothers his punches.
Right.
He does it sometimes. He doesn't know when to shorten them up on the inside. So a lot of times, even though he's landing punches, they're not really doing as much damage or
That's a direct punch.
as it would if Spence hit you, because Spence is turning his punches properly.
Mm-hmm.
He's not smothering his punches like Porter does. So that's probably like the biggest gap in skill I would see between the two. When they get on the inside, I feel like Spence is a sharper puncher, but at the same time, Shawn Porter likes to maul you. He's not going. It's not a beauty pageant to him. He's going in there to make it ugly. He wants to make it ugly.
Right.
So
he want to take you out of his comfort zone. We already know both fighters. Errol Spence, to me, I think he's a more powerful fighter, more powerful puncher. He's got the height reach on him, and he also has the leverage or the
length,
the length that he can use against him, so he can use that to his side. On the other side of the coin, Shawn Porter knows this. Shaw's been into a lot of wars, but he's also been the shorter fighter. But he knows how to try to go to that body and constantly go to that body and tire you out. He's like a nagging fly or nagging thing.
Yes.
He's not going to stop whatever he does.
I'm gonna ask you this question. Okay? Because I've actually been asking myself this question because I like Shawn Porter. You know, I've had a chance to meet him. He's a great person. Nice father.
Okay.
They invited me to the gym. I like Shawn Porter.
Right.
I've also met Errol Spence. I like Errol Spence as well. They're both fighters that I enjoy watching. Like when one of these two fighters is fighting, I always get excited to watch them fight.
Right.
My question is with Porter is what is like his best route to victory? That's the one thing I've been kind of because I know he's a good fighter. I know he can beat Spence, but what's the best route to it? Like how does he beat Errol Spence?
It's so crazy to that because his last fight,
Ugas, right? When he fought
Ugas, he said he came with a different game plan.
And he did.
And he came
completely different.
Differently, so you don't know. I think for me, to be a guy like Errol Spence, you have to continue to keep attacking and keep moving and keep being aggressive and try to go to that body, and don't get too close. Don't get too overconfident. Think that you can just tire him out because Errol Spence is just waiting for that one time and throw that heavy punch and knock you out. So, as far as strategy, I don't know how. The only thing I'm going to say that, but to me, would be I'm not taking nothing away from Errol Spence. That would be an advantage for Porter is activeness.
His activity, his work rate.
I don't see that guy get tired.
He doesn't.
He doesn't.
If you see how he trains, I've seen him train. If you see how he trains, you can understand why he never gets tired.
And that's not taking that away from Errol Spence. Errol Spence is like a target. He just waits. He's just patient fighter until he gets.
He breaks you down.
Yeah,
he places your shots. He breaks you down.
Right. So, but I think if he continues that movement around that gym, Porter continues moving around and throwing different angles and trying to do different things that would actually take Errol Spence out of his comfort zone or his target zone. It could make a difference, but I'm still picking Porter.
Spence.
Spence. Yeah.
I think personally for me, like
activity. I think the activity is a big advantage to him. No, you don't see that.
It is. It is activity. But it's kind of the thing with Porter is like his margin for error is so small in this fight. I mean, it has to be all 12 rounds. He cannot take a round off in this fight.
Does Errol Spence have any weak points?
Yes.
That he can actually.
Oh yeah. For sure.
Go for attack.
For sure. There's one glaring weakness that I've only seen one fighter take a little bit of advantage of. And that's when he fought Kell Brook. Errol Spence is very susceptible to right hands. Okay. If you have a good right hand, you can beat Errol Spence.
Okay.
Or if you're a southpaw, if you're a good left hand, you beat Errol Spence. Which is why I think if Spence gets past Porter, I think Pacquiao's gonna give him hell. But that's another discussion. This fight right here, Porter's right hand, it's a good right hand, but he needs to place that shot very specifically this fight. I feel like he needs to avoid throwing that punch to the head and throw it right in the solar plexus.
Right.
That's the one shot I feel like if you're looking for a punch. If you were saying, Brennan, what's the punch that could really turn the tide of this fight? I think it'll be the right hand to the solar plexus of Errol Spence, right here in the rib cage area, because as good as Errol is, as technically sound as he is, he's not incredibly quick. He's hittable. You can't hit Errol Spence. Yeah. It's not there. You're not fighting Floyd Mayweather where he's blocking shots and you feel like you can't do anything and you look up and you're down 8 rounds. Yeah. No, he's hittable. He's there. He wants you. He wants those kind of fights. So I feel like Porter, there will be openings there. From the Spence side of things, I keep hearing everybody say that with Spence that he's gonna knock out Porter with one shot, and I almost question if they've watched Errol Spence fight, because Errol Spence has never been a one-punch knockout artist. He's always been a guy that breaks you down round by round, go into the body, come back up to the head. He works his way up and down.
Right.
So I don't really see him knocking out Porter with one punch.
Right. Well, to be fair, The last fight that I seen Errol Spence fight, I seen more of him from that fight than any other fight that I seen from him. But
Talking about Mikey Garcia?
I mean, yeah, when he fought him, what I'm saying when he fought him, but I'm not talking about. I'm talking about Errol.
LeVon Peterson?
No, Errol Spence when he fought. His
Kell
last,
Brook?
Like no, his last fight that Errol Spence just. Oh, was it Mike?
It was Mikey Garcia this year, March. It was in March.
No, it was the last fight that Errol Spence. I know it was Errol Spence. It was the last fight that he had. He had a dog in him that I've not seen in him before. I seen his styles. I seen how he fights and everything, and he dominates his opponents and he breaks them down and everything. But I've seen him come out. His last who was his last?
Carlos Ocampo? Who are you talking about?
I'm talking about
Kell Brook, Peterson, Ocampo, Garcia. Which one?
Garcia. He came out there and he showed me more than I've seen from his from his baggage. I think he came. Errol Spence will sit there and he'll tag you and he'll break you down. He'll keep going back. He's not a one punch knockout artist. But once Mikey Garcia started attacking him, I seen him more aggressive. I've never seen him so aggressive like I seen him before. He moved forward to it.
In that fight?
Yeah, that fight I seen more of Errol Spence than I've ever seen him before. And he even said after the fight, you have guys. A lot of people said the same thing. They never seen the other side of him. So what I'm getting at, if you can push Errol Spence to the limits, he's gonna show you another side.
You feel like he'll show you another wrinkle you haven't seen before.
And he said that. He said you're gonna see more from me as my competition gets better, moving up. You're gonna see more of me. And he came out. He even said that. I don't know where I've seen it from, but yeah, I agree with that a lot. He did show me a lot more there. So I mean.
He shut him out. He won all 12 rounds.
Right. No. I understand he shut him out, but when he came to the attack,
that's what I saw.
When he came forward, Errol Spence came forward and showed more than he wasn't just the technical breaking him down. He's not boom boom boom. I'm coming in, and he came. He said right after that fight, he said you're gonna see more wrinkles than what you ever seen before. People even said the same thing. So don't get it twisted. But again, going back to the fight, Shawn Porter, it's gonna be. I think it's a really tough fight for him. I think it's more tougher for him than it is for Errol Spence. Reason being, he's gonna have to use different tactics to try to figure out, like you said, where can I find his weakness and where can I go at, like you were just saying, going to his stomach, going to his gut, whatever. But I see. If he stays active, because I've never seen Errol Spence tired.
You mean Shawn Porter? Porter or Spence?
Porter. I never seen Porter tired.
Porter don't get tired. Porter probably has the second best. But I would say he has the second best stamina in the entire division.
Yeah, so that's gonna be a lot.
Pacquiao number one.
I mean, I don't know what his punch output is in the fights when he actually fights. His average punch.
Porter?
Yeah, Porter's. I mean, how much he throws out, but I think he's gonna be a nagging fly, and
you know what it is to him? It's not really so much the punches. It's more than the punches. It's the roughhousing. Roughhousing on the inside. We had this joke. I had this joke with people at the gym when I talk about Shawn Porter. I said he's not no damn boxer. He's a freaking rugby football player, because that's how he fights. He just mugs you on the inside, and it's not pretty, but it's gotten him a couple world titles. So you can't argue with the results. His last fight against Ugas was a taller fighter. Yeah, and I saw a Shawn Porter that was able to, even though again he didn't look the most comfortable boxing on the outside because that's not what he likes to do, but he was effective. Right. He was able to land the counter right hand. Right. He was able to land a jab. Right. So. He's shown he can box. So I think people are underestimating his boxing ability just a little bit in this fight, and I really think people might be surprised in the early rounds. I feel like early on, there will be a lot of feeling out. It'll be a chess match, but somewhere around that fourth or fifth round, a fight will break out. A fight will break out between these two because of their styles. Because Spence's best asset that he has, his entire overall skill set, is his body punching. Right. And for Shawn Porter, his best asset is the rough housing and how he So because they want to both play to their strengths, they're gonna get into exchanges in those middle rounds. I feel at least, but
And like I said, I'll give the advantage to Spence and power wise. I mean. I think he's a lot bigger. The reach and all that's going to play a big part.
Spence he's knocking him out cold. What you think about that?
I'm not going to say he's going to knock him out cold, but I think he's going to rough him up though. And a lot of it, like I say, is always built to the fight. Shawn Porter is also like a nagging fly. That motherfucker comes.
He's the most annoying fighter though.
Yeah, you can hit him, miss him, he moves the other way. And he comes back and he lands on you, he moves the other way. So it's not going to be easy to knock him out.
I don't think he's gonna knock him out. To be honest with you, I
can't see it.
I'll say
decision to Errol Spence.
I can't see nobody knocking out
But
Shawn
I
Porter.
don't. He moves too much. He moves too much.
There's
to
only
do
one
that.
fighter at welterweight
So,
I think can knock out Shawn Porter.
You all can disagree with me, but I just don't see that. And the way he's got that energy on him is that I keep saying energy because as the fight goes on, he's still got that energy like when he started. I've not seen him tired, and I'm not saying I haven't seen Errol Spence get tired either. So I can't take that from him. I don't think he's ever been battle tested like he's gonna do with this guy.
Well,
right
if we look at we'll go the last 5 fights because I feel like when you look at a fight, it's always good to look at a fighter's last 5 fights. Who have they fought? How have we gotten here? So if we look at Errol Spence's last 5 fights, okay, let's see, 1, 2, 3. So it started with Leonard Bundu, good veteran. He was most known for going 12 rounds to Keith Thurman.
Right.
And he actually cut Keith Thurman in that fight. People kind of forget about that, but Errol destroyed him in like 6, 7 rounds. Then he fought Kell Brook, which to me, that's the fight where I actually learned the most about Errol Spence, was the Kell Brook fight.
Right.
Now, everybody always says now, because this happens in sports a lot, it's called revisionist history, where, you'll see that Kell Brook lost, and you see that he fought him after GGG, and then now they'll just say he was damaged goods, but people forget that Kell Brook, I believe in Vegas, he was probably a slight favorite at some points during fight week. I remember he was a slight favorite going into that fight, and he had never lost a welterweight. He was undefeated at welterweight, never lost.
I'll be honest with you. I think he was. Nobody expected Spence to come out the way he did.
And Spence had to go to his country and go beat him there and stop them.
It was a tough fight, but I even had Brook winning that fight.
And Brook, let's have it right, man. No disrespect to Errol Spence. But I sincerely believe if Kell Brook hadn't fought Triple G the fight before and had stayed at welterweight, I don't think Errol Spence would have beat Kell Brook. Wow. His style, Kell Brook's style, and you could see it in the first 6, 7 rounds of that fight.
Right.
Kell Brook was lighting him up with right hands and 1-2s, and he was like everything that Errol Spence does wrong catered to Kell Brook's style. The only thing it was Kell Brook was so damaged from fighting Triple G at 160, jumping up in weight, then coming back down so quickly, having to kill himself to make the weight.
Now you get a break.
And even if there's a video on YouTube where Floyd Mayweather ran into Kell Brook, and you could hear Floyd talking about you could hear Floyd talking to Kell Brook saying, "Look, it was just too much. It was just too much."
Yeah.
Floyd can recognize it, and surely boxing fans should too.
That's not taking nothing away from Spence either.
No. It was listen, to go across the pond.
Right.
He didn't just go anywhere. He fought Kell Brook at Bramall Lane, which is the home of his favorite soccer team.
Right.
So it's like it was a big night for him. He had he had the whole city of Sheffield behind him. So, he had to really show that extra level of class that he did. And that was the night where I said, before the fight, I thought Errol Spence was a fantastic talent. After the fight, I knew he was a fantastic talent.
Exactly.
So there was that fight. Lamont Peterson, good fight there.
Yeah.
Lamont, I think, was a bit back past it, but still a good win because Lamont Peterson's no bum.
No sleep.
So there was that. Carlos Ocampo mandatory defense got him out of there in a round, and then obviously the Mikey Garcia fight, which we just talked about. So he's had 5 really good performances. All 5 of those fights, I think he's performed very well in. For Errol Spence, but that he's not fought the competition at welterweight. His last 5 fights that Shawn Porter has fought. That's the reality of it. If we look at Shawn Porter's last 5 fights at welterweight, we got 1, 2, 3, 4. So Keith Thurman, which was one of the fights of the year that year, and I thought Shawn Porter won that fight. To be honest with you,
right.
I thought he won that fight. I thought it was a close fight, could have went either way, but I thought Shawn won that fight. Didn't get the decision. So be it. Fought Andre Berto. He's clearly a much better. Andre Berto was tailor made for Shawn Porter.
Wow. Yeah.
Because Shawn Porter, anybody who cannot physically outmuscle Shawn Porter will lose to Shawn Porter. That's just how it goes. That is just how it goes. If you can't outmuscle him, you're not gonna beat him.
Right.
So now that's just what it was with Berto. Then he fought my boy Adrian Granados, which again was not a fight I wanted Adrian to be in, but I was happy I was there in person. I was supporting him. Did good against Granados. Granados doesn't have the lateral movement that Porter has. So he was actually in that fight able to show his boxing skills a little bit. Looked good in that fight. Then there was fight with Danny Garcia, which I watched my boy Paul. Big shout out to Paul. That fight could have won either way too. I mean, he's in a lot of close fights. He's in a lot of close fights.
Are you saying based on the competition that Spence fought and based on the competition that Porter fought, Porter's fought the better competition?
At welterweight, yeah. Because if you look at if you go look at Spence, right? Okay. If we just go look at some of his most notable fights, right? Mikey Garcia, he beat him. Mikey's a big name, but Mikey is not a welterweight. He's not.
Right.
He moved up from 135,
Yeah.
whatever he was comparing, 135,
Yeah.
140 to welterweight, basically.
Right.
And he was not a welterweight. So
That being said, yeah.
there's that. Lamont Peterson, a good 140 pounder, never really transitioned to being an elite 147 pounder.
Yeah.
So, good win, but he wasn't no elite fighter at 147. Kell Brook, great win. I'll give him that one.
Yeah.
Kell Brook was a great win.
Yep.
Regardless, people say. Chris Algieri, I was there for that one. I was in New York. That was actually the second time I went to New York. Chris Algieri, a guy that 140 pounder came up to 147. So far in his career, I mean, even if you want to go back before that, Phil LaGreco, a guy who they got on 2 or 3 days notice to fight, and he's not a 140. They brought him up. So Errol Spence, so far in his career, if you want to be objective, as much as I like him and as good as I think he is, he has made a career off of beating guys coming up from 140, 135 up to 147.
So you're saying
the only true welterweight the only true welterweight elite fighter he beat at welterweight was Kell Brook. That's it. But when we look at Porter, okay, he fought Kell Brook too. He lost to Kell Brook, but if you look at the guys he's fought, Ugas, Ugas or Spence is mandatory. Spence didn't fight Ugas. Danny Garcia, top 5 welterweight. The Granados 140 pounder came up. Berto.
Yeah.
Berto. Thurman, elite welterweight.
Yeah.
Kell Brook, elite welterweight. Paulie Malignaggi. I mean, even the Paulie Malignaggi, when he fought Paulie Malignaggi, Paulie was champion back then.
Exactly.
Paulie was a good fighter. And let's have it right. Paulie's a guy that Paulie Malignaggi, to me, he's an overachiever in boxing because Paulie Malignaggi, as far as punching power goes, he couldn't punch his way through a wet paper bag. But as far as boxing skills and the technical side of boxing, that's and his boxing IQ, that's what got him to where he was.
Right.
And I'm gonna say because he got stopped after he fought Shawn Porter. He got stopped 2 more times. He got stopped by Danny Garcia. He got stopped by Sam Egerton. But before Shawn Porter, the only 2 fighters that stopped Paulie were Amir Khan and Ricky Hatton. That was it.
So it is a legitimate competition.
And you can make the argument that nobody ever beat Paulie as convincingly as Shawn Porter. So, yes, that's why I think Shawn Porter has so much confidence going in, because when you look at the opposition he's fought and you look at the level of opposition he's fought, why would he be intimidated fighting Errol Spence? Why would he not think he could beat Errol Spence? True. So, you could do it for every fight, because every fight you get a guy who, like Spence, who has 1 win or no quality wins on his resume. You can say, he hasn't fought nobody. But guess what? At some point in time, everybody never fought nobody. At some point, when Muhammad Ali fought Sonny Liston the first time, he didn't fight anybody before Sonny Liston. His best win was Doug Jones. Nobody remembers who Doug Jones is. So, I like this fight. I think if I had to make a prediction, I would say that the safe bet for me, the safe money for me is I got Errol Spence winning a close, unanimous decision victory.
I'm gonna do it. I have to agree with that. I don't think
because Porter's too durable to me to get stopped. If he stops Shawn Porter, that will take my what I think. I already think highly of Spence. Whatever I think of him, it'll go from here to here. Yeah. It's gonna go to another level.
His man down will fit him too.
The man down mantra will fit him.
I'm telling you, that's like hitting a fly. You better make sure you hit, because that fly will keep on flying around you.
So you're going what?
I'm going UD with Spence.
Okay. Good question here. Who do you think? Because the winner of this fight more than likely will be fighting Manny Pacquiao next.
Yeah.
Who do you think matches up better with Pacquiao, Porter or Spence?
Oh my God. Porter. I'm gonna say honestly, my gut feeling, and I just because I feel it. Spence is good, but I like Porter's style.
You think Porter his style matches better Pacquiao?
Yeah, I think his quickness, the way he moves around the ring. Pacquiao has the same style like that.
I agree. I actually, what's funny is
some
of you guys might think I'm crazy for this, but I think I sincerely believe that Shawn Porter has a better chance of beating Pacquiao than Errol Spence does.
Well, I'm just saying the style.
Spence is too slow-footed for Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah.
Manny Pacquiao, I don't give a damn if he's 40 or not. You saw how he was moving his last fight. You see how the shape he's in, the angles he gives you, the angles he gives you, and the angles he punches from. It's just you cannot simulate in the gym.
Yeah, exactly.
And in order to deal with Pacquiao, in order to counteract that, you need to have one or two things.
Yeah.
You either need to be a great counter puncher, or you need to have a high work rate. If you don't have either one of those things, your ass is grass against Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah.
Okay. Errol Spence is a fantastic talent. I think he's a great body puncher. I think he's very well polished. But He is not a great counterpuncher, and he does not have a high work rate. The work rate to deal with a Pacquiao.
Oh my God, that's what I'm saying. You have to have like a Shawn Porter type of active, constantly active, aggressive. So yeah,
I've always said, I've said this on lives before when we've been live. I said if Spence ever fights Pacquiao, I feel like it'll be a repeat of Antonio Margarito versus Pacquiao.
Wow.
You remember when Pacquiao destroyed Margarito? I feel like it'll be like that. Not because Errol Spence isn't a great fighter, but because of he's too slow-footed. So when Pacquiao starts giving you the angles, moving left and right, and
eventually
starts overloading on the left hands and coming with the right. Like I don't see Errol Spence being able to deal with that for 12 rounds. I don't.
You think that who of the two, who would you think is more powerful if they which hypothetical speaking here, Pacquiao and
Spence who punches harder?
Yeah,
Pacquiao,
but
no doubt about it. No. Spence wears. See, people don't understand. He wears you down. He's not a one-punch knockout artist.
He should break you down, but
like. If you go look at most of his knockouts, they're not like, boom, and the guy's on the floor. They're him breaking his opponents down and then, throwing 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 punches in a row and and then the referee waving it off, or they just fold up and then go on the ground.
Exactly.
Pacquiao is different. Pacquiao has some one-hitter quitters. Even when he fought Thurman in his last fight, the first round, he knocked him down with a left hand.
Crazy.
The second, the 10th round, when he hit him with that body shot.
That's true.
Boom, right to the stomach. Perfectly placed liver shot. He can land those same shots on Spence. Spence is not Thurman. Thurman is quicker. With Thurman, you have to actually catch him. You have to find him in the ring. Spence will not be hard for Pacquiao to find. He won't.
Right. Because he can use quickness. He can adjust to anything. His style is different, a lot better. Skill set than Errol Spence.
Everybody's going on about how the best fight at welterweight is Spence Crawford, and it's a fight I want to see.
Yeah,
it's great.
Everybody's gonna have their opinion,
but to me, honestly, even if you want to just go on recent history, just recent, because everybody says, oh well, Pacquiao's legacy. No, F legacy. Recent history.
Yeah.
Manny Pacquiao's probably still number one welterweight. Beat Keith Thurman.
Yeah.
He beat Keith Thurman. He did absolutely in many parts of the fight outclassed Keith Thurman.
Yeah.
And 40 years old.
Nobody expected. I mean, we knew he's.
I mean, a lot of people picked Pacquiao to win the fight, but I'm just saying, like, that's a prime Keith Thurman. That's a prime young,
in his prime,
undefeated Keith Thurman, and
he finished him out.
You folded him up like a steel chair, like Stone Cold folding up a steel chair on Friday Night SmackDown.
There you go.
Okay, he just beat him. He's throwing him up like a piece of trash.
Yep.
Okay, the only guy at welterweight I genuinely think could beat Pacquiao is Terrence Crawford. That's it. That is it.
Right.
And even I think Terrence is going to have his hands full. But I think Terrence has a bit more to him than a Porter or a Spence to do with a Pacquiao.
How about if it was Spence switching with Spence and Crawford?
Crawford.
Would be Spence?
Yeah, Crawford would outpoint Spence. Might even stop him.
Are you saying because now they go with skill set and also because of
it's everything. It's everything. Out on the outside, Crawford is a better fighter. On the inside, people might think this is crazy, but on the inside, he might be the only fighter in the whole division that could outfight Errol Spence on the inside.
Wow.
He's that good.
Yeah.
He's that good.
Wow.
It's not even just that, like, it's just the different looks he's able to show you because he could box southpaw, he could box orthodox.
Yeah, exactly.
So Spence can't really be comfortable in that. I feel like if he were to fight a Crawford, there's no fighter in the welterweight division except maybe Pacquiao that can make Errol Spence think like a Terrence Crawford would. But they gotta want to fight, and he's not gonna even start thinking about Crawford until if he beats Porter and beats Pacquiao, then he'll think about Crawford.
Right.
But until that happens, Crawford's not even in his mind.
Right now, just getting through. He's gotta get through first.
Yeah. And then the Pacquiao fight will be next for him if he beats Porter because that would be a big fight, Pacquiao Spence, because Pacquiao's fought at the Dallas Cowboy Stadium.
Right.
He fought he had a couple fights at Dallas. He fought Margarito there, and he fought somebody else.
Wherever he goes, he sells though.
No, but at Cowboy Stadium, I think he still holds the record for the highest fight at Dallas
serious?
Cowboy Stadium.
Yeah.
Pacquiao.
Wow.
He sold more than Spence did in his own hometown.
Wow.
Okay. If they fight in Dallas, if Pacquiao fights Spence in Dallas at the Dallas Cowboy Stadium, that'll shatter every record there.
Wow.
They will sell 60,000, 70,000 tickets. So
out of those names,
I'm telling you right now, and for that reason, if this fight is between Porter and Spence, if it's razor close, if we're talking about a point or two here, either direction, Spence is getting the decision because the powers that be want that fight to happen. They need it to happen.
God. Well, hold on. You open Manny Pacquiao?
No, I'm
Dallas?
I'm talking about.
Okay.
I'm talking about the fight this weekend.
Okay, yeah.
If Spence and Porter is close, Spence is getting the nod. No doubt about it.
Right. I'm thinking Shawn Porter realizes that too, though.
He knows that.
He's
so
coming in.
that's
But
kind of.
he's always said that. They actually asked him. They said, you're fighting Spence, and they actually asked him, how do you feel about that? He says, I've always been the one that's been doubted, been the
underdog.
Underdog. So what's new about that? Nothing.
I wouldn't go that far.
No, he came out and said that he said.
I mean, to be fair, yeah, like when he fought.
That's how he feels.
When he fought Broner back in 2015.
Yeah.
Remember when he fought Broner back in 2015?
Yeah.
A lot of people were picking him as an underdog. I'm like, why? He's better. I actually remember I said, why? He's better than Broner.
But what he's saying, what people were saying about him, all his boxing career. Mm-hmm. So he's like, I don't care. What's new about that? I've always been, in my mindset, I've always been the underdog. But guess what? Any way I could win. I was just watching a video of him on Instagram. He was talking to some kids in high school. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you've seen it. I think it came out yesterday. Mm-hmm. Shawn Porter was telling them, it's not about winning or losing. It's any way you can win. Mm-hmm. Any way you can win. He said, I don't care how I win. The focus is you stay focused and keep your mind focused on how you got to win. Doesn't matter how you win, how you did it, is you got to win.
That's it, man.
So his focus is, okay, you can think about me all my life. I've been thought like an underdog anyway. So what's new in this fight? Nothing. I got a belt. He's got a belt, and I'm going to show the people wrong. He's very confident. A confident fighter is good, too. You got to believe in yourself, even though the reality is the reality,
Yeah, I just really feel like for Porter, he's looking at this as a legacy fight because let's be real. He might have a belt, but he does not get looked at. No. He doesn't get looked at as a champion because the talk of the welterweight division is never Porter. It's always Crawford, Spence, Pacquiao. Yeah. Those are the guys that get the publicity. So he's like kind of like the black sheep of the 4 title holders right now.
But if he beats Spence,
that'll change it. It's kind of like Rocky. I was watching the other day. I was with me and Richie. We were watching Rocky 4 the other day.
Yeah.
And we watched Rocky 4, and Rocky was fighting Ivan Drago, and there was a part in there where, he first of all he's getting his ass kicked by Ivan Drago. Ivan Drago was hitting him with like 6 right hands in a row, and then he goes on the canvas like three times. The referee don't even count to 10. But it was crazy. I never caught that before. But there's a part in there where Rocky, he cuts Ivan Drago open and he begins to believe that he can beat him.
Right.
That he's a man, that he bleeds just like him. And then his trainer's like, he's a man, he bleeds just like you.
So you believe that, Shawn
So Porter has to get to that point in this fight where he hurts Spence or cuts him open or something.
Gives him confidence.
And it gives him the extra bit of confidence to go that much harder. It's kind of like that Tyson Fury fight that happened with Otto Wallen. Otto Wallen wanted that thing he could win, but when he saw that cut in Fury's face, that was opened up by a legitimate punch, he then began to believe he could win.
Exactly. It was trying to give him the push to try to get over the hump.
There you go, man. So, welterweight division's in an interesting place. I mean, Errol Spence in particular, if he wins this fight, he's got some options, man. Like, he got the Pacquiao fight. He's got the Crawford fight. He can move 154 and fight Canelo. You got young Virgil Ortiz on the rise, fellow Dallas native.
Yeah, but he was saying he wants to unify that division before he moves up or goes down. He's been saying that. He said, I want to get all the belts here first before I move up. And he's gonna have.
What's that saying you told me when I was younger? Money talks and what walks?
BS walks.
BS walks. That's BS right. So,
but I mean, at the same token, I want him to go to the other side of the street and meet Crawford sometime.
Truthfully, honestly,
I think the boxing world wants to see that.
I don't mind listening. If
any other fighters, Pacquiao, like you said, Spence, especially Crawford, but Pacquiao.
Listen, anytime Pacquiao fights, that's must-see TV.
Exactly.
So I'm not gonna be mad if he fights Pacquiao,
Yeah.
but. Personally, the next fight, I feel like the next fight, if you would be Porter, I like his next fight to be Crawford. Because that's going to talk, and I'm truthfully, I'm kind of sick of everybody talking about, like, one section of boxing fans talking about Spence the top dog, the other section of boxing fans talking about Crawford's the top dog, and then you got, like, me and other people saying Pacquiao. I just want to see them two sorted out, and then they can winner can fight Pacquiao.
So
that's what I want to see.
Yeah, just let it move on, yep.
But we can't sleep on Shawn Porter, because he might upset the apple cart this weekend, so... Yeah, I'm looking at these welterweight rankings right now. Look at number 15 right there in the IBF. Your boy Cuevas, he's number 15.
I played the 5th.
You played he's 12. He's actually ranked in 2 sanctioning bodies. He's 12 in the WBA.
Play the 5th.
Okay, you played the 5th, but
show me enough.
Yeah, I think we pretty much covered everything we need to cover.
This kid's gonna be good.
Who? Virgil Ortiz?
No, people better not sleep on him.
I was trying to say earlier. I think
beautiful the way he fights, the way he comes to the ring. He's got power. He's
Do you like him more than other prospects like Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez?
Oh my God! Why do you have to go there? Man. I like. I can't take him over David Haney yet, but I feel he's up there with him.
I feel like they're like 1A and 1B right
Yeah.
now. As far as the best
I can't take him over David
American prospects
okay,
in that weight class, around that weight,
Yeah.
you know, like.
But I can't, not yet. David Haney is still.
I made a video. I don't know if you saw. I made a video recently. And I truly believe this. I think Errol Spence will fight Virgil Ortiz before he fights Terrence Crawford. I don't mean that. I don't mean saying
style-wise or
no. I just feel like I don't believe the Terrence. Listen, I don't believe the Terrence Crawford fight's gonna happen. I legitimately do not ever believe it will happen. There's too many factors. Okay, I've broken this down in many other videos, but I'll break it down again for people who haven't heard it. Okay, he's not gonna fight Terrence Crawford because number one, Errol Spence is a freaking behemoth of a welterweight. He's huge. He's big.
Right.
Okay, he has to cut down. He walks around. His walk around weight is like 180.
Jeez.
Which means every fight he has to cut about 33 pounds just to make the welterweight limit.
Right.
He's big. He's huge. You can only do that for so long. So, by the time the Crawford fight is available, I just don't think he'll be able to make the weight anymore.
Yeah.
And then you got to also factor in that he might have to fight Pacquiao before then. And who's to say he's going to get through Pacquiao?
That's true.
Pacquiao might beat him.
Yeah, we don't know.
So we just don't know.
I mean, Virgil Ortiz, I like him. He's young. He's very.
But at 154, they're going to fight.
Yeah, who's that?
Virgil Ortiz and Spence.
You see that happening?
Like in a couple years from now, yeah, I can see it.
I like Ortiz, Virgil Ortiz's style of fighting. I really do like him, so I hope good for him. But right now, David Haney, I'm on his bandwagon. I like David Haney.
On the Devin Haney bandwagon?
I like
You're drinking
him.
the Devin Haney Kool-Aid?
I'm drinking it hard. Yeah, I just think he's coming out. He's calling out some big top guns out there. Nobody wants to answer him. I mean, everybody works and trains hard, but I don't think nobody trains harder than David Haney. Weighs that.
Yeah, very disciplined fighter from what I hear in the gym, and like in boxing, the good thing about boxing is like boxing is a worldwide sport, but if you're involved in it like I am, it's a very small world. So if somebody has some sort of character flaws, you will hear from word travels fast in the boxing world.
Exactly.
So everything I ever heard about David Haney is like the same. Like he's disciplined. He's always in the gym. He's a gym rat. And he's just someone that loves the sport. And you know, I feel like now he's coming into like his. I don't want to say his prime years because he's still 20 years old. But the level he's operating at is not normal for people his age.
Exactly.
It's not. So I mean, I think he'll be in this weight class in a couple years. Welterweight. I think he'll make his way up there in a couple years.
Sure.
But yeah, anything else you want to talk about?
No, pretty much. I just want the fans to enjoy this fight this weekend. Give us your feedback on what you think. Who's gonna win? Let us know who you would like to the winner of the fight next, and let's keep talking boxing.
Oh, you know, we never went to the undercard.
Yeah, who's else?
We never. I actually.
What is it? Benavidez fighting.
Benavidez is fighting Anthony Durrell.
That's gonna be a good fight. But I'm taking. I gotta go with Benavidez though. Durrell's got a lot of experience and everything, but I gotta go Benavidez because he's out there to prove to everybody that I messed up and I'm coming back. And I want my belts back.
Yeah, honestly, that he should be getting him out of there in 6 rounds.
Durrell's
on the back.
says he's never been knocked out.
That's true. Durrell's never.
No. Let me take it back. He says they've both been knocked out once in one fight, but I get back up in one. They were saying before, but Durrell's a tough. But I'm gonna take Benavidez. Benavidez is an animal in that ring. I watched Durrell.
He fought my boy. From Turkey. Shout out to Avni Yildirim. He fought Avni Yildirim, and I thought Avni gave him a good fight.
Yeah.
But I'm pulling up the undercard right now because I actually want to run through this.
Yeah, Benavidez is like, I think he'll finish him.
First of all, this is a very there's a lot of fights on this card.
Yeah.
One name that sticks out to me on this undercard is you won't know who this is, but I know who he is because I saw him fight in the amateurs. I didn't even realize he was pro. Leon Lawson III. He won the Florida Golden Gloves a couple years ago.
Okay.
And I saw him win the Golden Gloves. He's 11. I didn't know he had 11 professional fights. He's in the pros.
Is he very good?
Tall. He's tall as a tree.
But how's his skill?
Good. He's
for a tall fighter.
Fantastic fighter from what I saw. He's fighting against some 15-5 guy. You got Joey Spencer, your boy. Remember Joey Spencer?
Yeah,
the white kid.
Yeah,
the white kid.
The
8-0 kid.
Okay.
He's fighting on this card. You know, there really aren't. Oh wow, that's a good fight.
Who that?
John Molina Jr. versus Josecito Lopez. That's a good even fight.
Yeah.
Josecito gave Keith Thurman a good fight, and John Molina's always an entertaining fight. So, to be honest with you, there's not one fight on the undercard that really sticks out. I mean, there's names that stick out, but as far as overall fights, I can't really see one. I know Darrell Benavidez is probably the best fight because of the fact that you got Benavidez come back from the cocaine thing, and he was the youngest super middleweight champion, and he's fighting Darrell, who's a good veteran. So there's that.
This is his last hurrah, right, for Darrell? Isn't he retiring?
Yeah, if he gets pummeled, he's gonna retire probably.
Yeah, but I think that I kind of feel this is like his last hurrah, whether he wins or loses. I think he's to that point now where he's done.
Yeah, probably.
So, but I mean, Benavidez, I'm looking for that fight. They've been talking a lot. I just think Benavidez is an animal too.
Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, we'll wrap it up there.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Should be a good fight, and yeah, man, you guys let me know in the comments down below about Errol Spence versus Shawn Porter. Should be a fun fight. Probably one of the biggest matchups of the year. And yeah, just honestly, it's good for the welterweight division because now we're gonna get a bit more closer to getting some clarity in the division as to who is the best, and we'll see.
Yep.
We'll see. But let me know what you guys in the comments down below. Make sure you take the time to subscribe. Like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys.